So I lost a job that I had for more than 7 years. And somehow that turned into more holidays, vacation, a YouTube channel revival, and me right now talking with you. Let me explain. So it was June of 2025. By then, I had already been working in this company for about 7.5 years. And 7 years, that's not a short time. That's literally longer than some marriages. That's longer than some crime investigation. It's definitely longer than my attention span for anything not crime related. Anyways, it was around March at this point, and I was away on like 1 week long holiday in my favorite island, Langkawi, because my best friend was getting married over there and it was very close to my anniversary. So we decided we will attend the wedding, the celebration there, done, then celebrate our anniversary and then get back home. So everything was fun and dandy. Once I'm done with the holiday, I got back. And that's when I started hearing whispers going around the company that the company is shrinking. Since I was not seeing anything happening physically in the company, I put all those whispers to the back of my head and I started working back as normal. Then April rolled in. Once April came in, I took like a 3 day holiday with friends and then I went to Thailand for the Songkran festival. And then when I got back, it was literally happening. People were being letting go, teams were merging, and the unspoken rule became that one employee must now become two employee, three employee. Very exciting times. And guess what? I was a part of that lucky group. Yay me. I was told you have to take another full-time role on top of the current position that you've already got. That means two role for the same amount of pay. Excuse-moi? Pardon? Am I saying that right? Let me say that in English. Excuse me? I beg your pardon? Same pay, same KPI, no increment, no bonuses, no any benefits, just extra work, all in the name of growth. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I hope you guys don't mind me looking down here because this is where I've got my laptop. So I'm looking into it before I talk so I don't miss things out. I hope you guys don't mind. The additional role that they are forcing me to take, that is being bestowed on me, is a role that I never ever wanted. Like, it's a position that if it was vacant, I would still not apply for it even if someone begs me to, because I don't want that role. I don't want to work in that particular position. A few years back, that position was vacant at that time, and I had a few managers coming to me and asking me like whether I would like to apply and try out, and I said nope. Because again, like I said, it's a position that I don't want. Even though it would be a promotion for me, I told them no. I'm just not into that role, into that site, so I don't want it. And now it's being given to me. It's being given to me forcefully, like, take it. So when they told me this is your only option, internally I was like, absolutely not. But externally, I tried being professional. Obviously, I would have to, right? Because this is a job. I cannot just throw it away like that. So I tried being professional. I tried talking. I tried negotiating. Like, I sat with them and I was like, come on, guys. I've been here for a very long time. I'm a loyal employee. I have contributed. Like, maybe not destroy my mental health completely. Can you meet me halfway? Right at the borderline is where I'm gonna wait for you. Remember that song, Meet Me Halfway, Black Eyed Peas? Oh, that song is so good. I still love that song. Anyways, their answer was basically nope, no can do. They told me that if I decline, I would be stripped of the current role that I already have, because they're looking for a person that can take this current role and the additional role. They cannot have two different people working for these two roles, right? So if I decline, I would not have any role. I would be benched for 2 months. And if no suitable role or position opens up, I would have to resign on my own. Yeah, I know for sure no new positions were going to come up because, like I said, the company was shrinking. They were letting go of people, and every role they have, they are trying to make one person work for multiple roles. So, yeah, it was just not looking promising. So, at that moment, I realized that I had a choice to make, like a very important choice, whether to take a job that I hated or walk into the unknown. I do need to mention here, Like my current role that I was in at that point is a role that I work on a computer, mostly at the background, a lot of Excel and spreadsheet and whatnot. While this other role that they are giving me, it's a role that I need to be looking into the screen on real time, like what's coming in, what's going out. It's like a real time analyst kind of a role. I just knew at the back of my mind that if I take both those roles, I would struggle. I would struggle to deliver in this role and that role. And I don't want to be in a position where I cannot, work properly and then get scolded by my managers and bosses. So yeah, that was like one of the main hindering reason why I don't want that extra role. I was just recovering from a really bad time, bad mindset and all of that, and things was getting better, and I just did not want to go back to a very very rough stage again at that point. I took some time to think, sat down and discussed with Calvin, my husband, and finally decided, nope, I'm going to decline that role. I'm going to say no. No drama, no shouting, just a simple no. At first, I was told no severance payments will be made. I'm not gonna lie, that did hurt. That really hurt because I felt like I'm just being dumped and not given anything. Because I've been a good employee, my attendance were good, my time were good. I have never caused them to lose business or anything like that. So to see that suddenly they don't want me anymore and they're just asking me to like go away, we don't need you anymore, it kind of did hurt. I know this is how work works, jobs work, companies work. I think I've seen so many people being let go as well. So yeah, when I was somewhat in that kind of a similar situation, if I can say, I felt like, wow, I'm just being let go with nothing. So I was scared. I was pretty scared. But that's when I decided to sit in prayers. Like I brought all of this to God. I sat and I really prayed. I asked him for help. Yeah, I did all of that. And somehow my boss came back to me and he was like, okay, we will pay your severance. Can you believe that? God works miracles. But I was terrified. I sounded okay outside, but inside, I was scared. Literally, no job. I had been working for like 14, 15 years straight. Every month, I had a stable income coming in. And now, nothing's going to be coming in every month until I get another job, right? Like, what's next? Will I be okay? How long will this money last? What if everything falls apart? So I was terrified. I was so scared. In my heart, mind, and soul, though, I felt like I needed a break. Like, I felt like, what if I take a couple of months break from this kind of routine full time job? I don't want to work right now. I was thinking that to myself, and I told Calvin about it a little here and there. Him seeing me all worried about what's going to happen, he told me, like, don't worry, you'll be fine. Yeah, you're right. Why don't you take a break? I was pretty surprised at that when he agreed to that. And so that's what I did. I took a break to rest, reset, and instead of panicking every day, I finally had space. I had space to work on something that I like, that I love, that I'm passionate about. That's when I circled back to my abandoned YouTube channel. Finally, I decided to name it GMC, Ghost Mystery and Crime. I started to design the banner, the profile picture, all of that, and I started to plan on the content properly. For once, I was not rushing. I had time in my hand, right? And the plot twist is, when I think about it, that last 6 months, I traveled quite a bit. Well, thinking about it, last year was a good year for travel for me personally, because even when I had my job, the first half of last year, I went to Thailand. Like I mentioned, I went to the island for that 1 week long holiday. I went on a staycation with my friends. So it was pretty good already. Second half, without a job, I did even more. Right after losing my job, I went on another island holiday, just a relaxing holiday. I went to the caves. I went to Kedah for my family. And then I went to Vietnam. And where else? End of the year, I went on another family holiday. So at least 4 to 5 holidays in the 6 months that I had no job. So I'm super happy about that, super thankful. Burnout, mental health is expensive, but rest seemed cheaper, right? Because these holidays was already paid for way before I lost my job. So last whole year, all of the travels I did without even touching my severance. Yeah, talking about the severance was a huge help. It's still being a great help. And now, 6 months later, like 6.5 months, yeah, I'm in New Year. When I'm recording this, it is 10th of January. I still have my Christmas tree, Christmas decoration still here. I've not taken them down yet. I think I'll keep them until end of January. So 6.5 months later, I'm still doing well. I'm doing good mentally, physically. I'm happy. I'm not burned out. I'm not mentally exhausted. I am doing well. Now, coming to this channel that I've named GMC, right? Like, I didn't know there was a car brand named GMC. I didn't know there's another much bigger brand with the same name. Because if I knew, I would have changed it to, like, I don't know, CGM or CMG, MGC, something like that. I didn't Google back then. I only realized there's a car brand named GMC couple of months after I named my channel GMC. So I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Never mind. So yeah, I named my channel GMC. This is a YouTube channel that I started back in, I would say, late 2019 or early of 2020. I started this channel just for weekend vlogs because I was working a full time job. So 5 days of the week, it's boring, it's routine. So weekends, yeah, sometimes it's a little fun. So I always just vlog around the weekend. I'll edit them and I'll just put them on this YouTube channel. And nobody would actually watch it because why would they want to watch me? I'm not even interesting. It's mainly for me to look back at. It's mainly for me to look back and be like, oh, this weekend I did this, oh, that weekend I did that. So that is what I was doing for some time. But I've always been obsessed with the unknown, like ghosts, mysteries, urban legend, supernatural. I've been into that for quite some time. I don't like to indulge in them, but I like knowing what are those. And in the same time, I do also need to say that I am a freak for real, true crime stories. Yeah, I'm like the freak. My fixation into crime started very young when I was like 10, 11, early teenage years. Remember back in the days when they used to play these series, what they call it, CSI. Let me see, CSI New York, CSI Miami, SVU. Yes, these are like my favorite series back in the days. Malaysians, I think you would know the channel AXN, Astro, they used to play all of this. I used to watch them almost every single day. I was just so intrigued by how police, the investigators, find out who the criminal is. And at the same time, I'm much more intrigued on how a normal person becomes a criminal. How do their mind work? How do they change like in a split second? So I am very much into these real crime stories and stuff. I am particularly into serial killers. Yeah, I know. I know. I am a very big fan of serial killers because they don't do it once, they do it again and again and again. They don't have the fear inside of them. Like long before Dahmer became a thing in Netflix, I was already watching almost all of his documentaries, any of his movie adaptations, any short clips, whatever. I would have watched it because I was like so intrigued on how Dahmer's mind worked. So I was his fan. I know it's wrong to say that you're a fan of a serial killer, but please, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I loved Dahmer's story, Richard Ramirez, BTK killer, the killer clown, and talking about serial killers. How can I not bring up the famous Ted Bundy? Right? I'm not his fan, but yeah, I've watched numerous of his documentaries, tapes, whatnot. So I was so into crime as well. There was a point in time where I was watching so many crime documentaries on all of the free times that I have that my then boyfriend, now husband, got freaked out. Like he literally one day called me up, all concerned, asked me to sit, and he had to talk to me about it. He was like, "Girl, what is up with you? Every time I see you, you are watching some sort of crime documentary, and it's freaking me out. It really scares me. Are you okay? I think it's time for you to bring it down a notch." And Yeah, fair question, fair conversation, right? So I told myself, yes, girl, you're going a little too much. Why don't you bring it down a little? I did. And that's when I decided that I'm going to post these kind of things, things that intrigue me, things that I'm really into, that I'm passionate about, into my YouTube channel. So around 2020, about a year into when I started my YouTube channel, I started posting crimes, ghost stories, urban legends, things that was widely believed here, things that I am into, things that I know had happened, or things that I've heard about, and crimes, real crime stories that had happened. But the channel had no name yet at that point. Like, I didn't think of names, I didn't think of banners, I didn't think of anything. I was just randomly uploading super beginner amateur videos. If you guys scroll all the way to the bottom, you guys will be able to see. I'm not trying to say my videos now are great or anything. No, they are still very amateur, but back then it was even bad. I was not growing or anything like that. So I was just uploading because it made me happy. Then life happened. Yeah, big changes were coming my way because I was planning my wedding, and it was during COVID. Like, we were supposed to get married 2020, but COVID came and we had to move our date to somewhere around 2021. It didn't work as well. We moved again to 2022. So a lot of changes were taking place. We had to talk and talk and talk to our vendors because we had already paid half of them. We had to get all of them in the same dates. So I was doing a lot of things, and it was really mentally draining me, physically draining me. So I told myself, you know what? I'll take a 6 months break, or maximum 12 months, a year break, and then I'll come back to it. Because I was doing a full time job trying to post videos on YouTube and settling my wedding things and all that. I just could not. That break dragged on to almost 3 years. After marriage, everything changed. If I thought that I was stressed and I had no time before marriage, after marriage, oh God, it became double, triple. I went through some of the hardest times of my life after marriage. So far, though, I have many more years to go, hopefully. But so far, yeah, those were like one of the hardest times. I didn't even know that I had fallen into a depression. Um, I don't know. It was just some really bad struggling time, moving to a new place, and things were just not working out like how I thought it would. Ugh, a lot of challenging times. So I just was not in the right mind to come back to YouTube. Even though going through all of these struggles, at the back of my mind, I always had this thought like, hey, girl, your YouTube channel is still there. Your YouTube channel is dying over there. Why don't you go back to it? Why don't you go back to it? I always had that thought in me. But like I said, I was not right here. I was not right here. And if I tried, without clearing this and this, if I tried, I don't think so the outcome would be a good one, right? So I said, it's okay, that can wait. I tried making things better, and somehow from about maybe 2004, things slowly started getting better, little by little by little. And finally, around the final end of 2024, I decided, that I am ready. I found my way slowly back to YouTube, and early of 2025, last year, I started to properly sit and script my videos. I scripted one, two, three videos. And after about 3.5 years, or maybe just 3 years, I'm not very sure, April of 2025, I uploaded a video titled My First Video After a 3-Year Gap. And since then, I have been uploading on this channel consistently, 3 to 4 long form videos. I do upload shorts here and there, and they have all been only about ghost mysteries and crimes. These kind of videos, yeah, it's a small disclaimer here. These kind of videos are not the normal type of video that I upload in my channel, but I'm thinking of doing these kind of videos maybe 2 or 3 times a year, just for me to look back at. But other than that, my channel is fully in consist of crime stories, ghost stories, and urban legend or legendary stories. When I came back to my channel last year, April, I had about 80 subscribers. That's about it. But this year, when I stepped into 2026, it went up tiny bit. I had 181 subscribers. So about 101 subscriber more than when I started. I know it's a very, very slow growth, but I am thankful. 100 people, 101 people that I don't even know. Maybe a few of them are like my friends, colleagues, and whatnot, but majority of those are people that I don't even know, and they are kind enough to subscribe to my channel. They are interested enough to listen to the story that I'm bringing, crime or ghost or whatever it is. And for that, I am super, super, super grateful. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. I'm grateful from my heart. I'm eternally grateful. Remember that from Toy Story? I just got so many references. So finally, I think we are at the end of this video. This video is not about quitting jobs or chasing YouTube fame. No, 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 no. If you have a good job that is paying you monthly, you're happy there. There is going to be ups and downs in that job, but if that job is good enough and it's, taking care of you well, keep that job. Job is very important. If you are still studying, I don't know, high school or diploma, degree, master's, whatever it is, complete your studies. That's very important too. This video is just a reminder that sometimes what feels like an ending is actually a restart or a rest. That's about it. Because you just, as a human being, I feel like you kind of need rest for you to restart back again. Start back what you've left off, just like that. All right. It's not a sign for you to stop what you're doing good already. No. So I'm gonna keep on going in this channel. I'm gonna keep on uploading. I am going to go slowly, honestly, and try my best to be consistent. If you are still here watching, thank you so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. And if you are someone who's going through similar situation of whatever that I might have talked in this video, remember you're not alone, and just remember that these kind of struggles would not be forever. There is always a light, an opening at the end of a tunnel. So stay strong, just keep on going. You would come out of it much stronger. I think that's it. I think I've said out everything that I wanted to say. This video is just blabbering, just me talking. And I hope when I look back at it, maybe in another 6 months' time, or maybe at the end of this year, 2026, I would be proud of whatever journey that I'm gonna go through this year. Um, yeah, that's mainly it. Now, back to our regular scheduled ghost stories and crimes and mysteries, right? If you guys are into that, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Watch my other videos. If you are into these kind of talking videos, maybe give me another 6 months. I might upload a next one. I don't know. But until then, stay safe out there. Take care. If you have time to spare, click on my next videos that would be showing up. And yeah, I will see you soon in my next video, hopefully. Bye.